hemispheres. We should be looking at whether or not there is any correlation in the activity levels and the seasonality as manifested in northern and southern hemispheric differences. We should also be looking at the ion content. Some of you will know I have done some work with measurement of ion content of the atmosphere, and that's very interesting work. And there's reason to believe that this could be a factor also, and as it relates to concentration. And the general theory there, which may develop, or at least an idea, is that during the summer months, it may not be as necessary to increase the concentration level to such a high level if the sun is basically putting more energy into the system and causing more ionization that is sufficient to accomplish the purposes. That's just a general theory. Again, I'm not going to get it in tonight. But from an anecdotal side, I would say that the suggestion that there may be a seasonal component that could be established and verified with sufficient information is only reinforced this year, not diminished. Okay, that's the point that we're at now, and I've got to watch my time a little bit. Boy, this other one we have four more. Anyway, let me know. Are we still in with everybody? And do you still have interest in where we are? I don't know if I'll make it through the other three or four. Are we okay with what we've done on these topics so far? Okay, so anyway, it looks like we're all still here from what I can tell, and apparently you can still hear me, and nobody said that I'm blowing out the mic. So I guess we're okay. All right. I probably won't make it, so I'll have to choose between these four. The four topics were satellite observations, which Lee has made, that, again, deserve a point to be made. The second and third would be focus on where the Institute wants to go and what we need to try and make it happen, whether it's us or someone else, but the general idea of what's needed and what we're trying to do to try to help. And the last would be question and answers. So let's make the point about the satellite imagery, and it won't be complete. I just want to make it, and then when everybody gets a little bit more adept in this technology we're using to share you information, I'll have Lee present it to you directly rather than me try to paraphrase everything. And he can put up a couple images on the screen and talk about them. But let me at least mention a point, and that is that Lee, this individual in the Institute, who is also very deeply rooted in the issue for a long period of time, so he's not a newcomer to the issue, and he knows a lot of the nuances of what we're speaking about here. He watches the satellite imagery pretty closely, and it's quite interesting. I'm not going to get into the ship trail stuff and all that stuff tonight. It's pretty clear on the imagery that you have major operations taking place off the the western coast of this country, out in the Pacific. Major operations that take place out there. And certainly it would be expected and reasonable to think that would be done to take advantage of the generally easterly wind patterns to take that over the continent, and it has the advantage of not having it quite so visible directly over land. I think it's fairly clear that the satellite imagery shows a scale of operations out in oceans quite large. Well, what Lee has done is he has also noticed the same satellite images, but those which show water vapor in addition to those which show a visual picture as to what is happening. And Lee is pointing out the contradiction of the satellite imagery that visibly shows the operations which certain individuals might claim to, quote, be clouds, which would therefore lead you to conclude water vapor, primarily water vapor. And And the problem is that if you look at the images that show this vast array and grid of the aerosol operations, when he looks at the same area under a water vapor satellite image, he sees nothing, that there is no water vapor there. And that's an interesting observation, and I'm not even here to substantiate or to refute it. I'm just saying he's looking, he's studying, he's making an observation, and I think that the end result of those observations sort of stares you right in the face and should make you ask some questions. And this is something we are always doing. We are always trying to force the issue and ask questions that need to be answered. And I think Lee has come upon a pathway of forcing those questions to the surface in a way that we all deserve to evaluate and answer the question. So we'll let that go for right now, and later on we'll try to get Lee in here where he can present it to you a little bit more directly for a few minutes. But that at least was the point. And, you know, if you get the gist of what I'm trying to hit tonight, it's to seek the truth, no matter where that takes you and no matter what it takes to seek the truth and do the work honestly. And don't just circulate talk without substance behind it. That's the gist of probably my theme for tonight. Now, oh good, because we're going to try to get to questions and answers, or at least for a few minutes. So we're doing okay, a few minutes behind, but not too bad. I wanted to show you where the Institute is at in terms of what we know we need. And I'm going to bring up this list, and you'll have to tell me if you can see this. Okay. This is on the website of the Institute website, which you can find under my website or under the Institute, carnicom.com. So what I've done is I've tried to make this a little bit easier for you to see than the website, but it's on the website. And this list has evolved. This list has evolved over the last year that we have been working as a nonprofit organization. And how would we say this? There is so much that needs to be done. You know, my hope in forming this organization is that, first of all, it will exist beyond me. That it has no direct dependence upon me to make it happen. It does have its dependence on me to motivate its existence and to make the mission known. And as long as I'm available to support and coordinate research that's on behalf of those general mission principles. But I am seeking a situation where basically the citizenry of the world understands that we have to get some work done, and we have to do it right, and it has to be comprehensive, and it has to be supported properly. And this is a list of some things that have developed over the last year, and all I'm saying is, you know, I don't care. If you want to support somebody else to get it done, fine. I'm not after selling anything. But I want you to start understanding what it is that is needed. And I'm going to take number 2 on that list first, just so you understand. I cannot continue to do this work. It's absolutely crazy now. If you folks saw my room, where I have probably 300 books in there, okay, and all of my stuff, and then I'd love to have a music room in there if I actually could, and other things that I'd like to do. It is no proper facility to get this work done. And the Institute needs a place. There are many things we need, but this is just a start. We need a place to do work. So I will make the appeal to you, and I'll make the appeal to those that you know. If you, again, I'm not a salesperson. It's not my bag. But I can tell you